What's up, YouTube? What's up? So, what did I think about Stephen A. Smith saying that if the Miami Heat had have taken Carmelo Anthony over Chris Bosh, they would have three-peated? What did I think about that? I can't believe this dude. He actually was an NBA analyst, or he claims to be one. What NBA is he watching? Do you realize that C. Bosh was a 20-10 man before he came to Miami? What he gave up to get there? Do you realize that he had arguably the most important rebound in Heat history, and the assist to Ray Allen, and the block on Tony Parker? He beat you in different ways. He was actually Scottie Pippen, and if you really want to get technical about what he did for the Heat, doing an all around job, if you must know. He wasn't the best player on the team, but he was arguably the most important because he held his own in more ways than three. Carmelo Anthony could not have done such a thing. Trying to deflect the fact that LeBron James choked and stunk, and he owes Miami a ring for that loss against Dirk in Dallas in 2011, trying to say if Carmelo's able to win, is some of the biggest cop-out crap I ain't ever heard. Tell it the truth. LeBron choked, and he owes Miami a ring. And no, I ain't never forgave him for that. I'm a Heat fan. I ain't got over that. Chris Bosh cried in the hallway. It wasn't because Chris Bosh didn't ball in that series. Dwayne Wade I held accountable because he made fun of Dirk. He should have been the MVP of that series. He was the best player on the Heat. LeBron was trying to act like a villain. He acted like a clown. Talking like talk about, well, you won't make as much money and all this mess. No wonder they almost traded his behind for Dwight Howard. They probably should have. I'm gonna go one step. I think probably with Dwight Howard, Bosh, and Wade, they probably win 2 or 3 rings in a row. Because all LeBron was doing was just trying to clout chase stat pad and get a couple rings, riding off of D Wade, and then he was hoping that, once he got his way, he could go back home because he didn't like how Pat Riley was a meanie. But this nonsense, I have not seen any evidence that Carmelo Anthony was competing for chips. Probably eating chips. That's what he spent most of his time doing, and finding ways to hang out and be a fashion night or something. Not, he wasn't chasing no rings, chasing women's and chasing parties, but he wasn't chasing no jewelry, and it showed because then he became a ring hopper after New York, and when he started ring hopping or he was stat padding, he became a joke. No one remembers the last 5 or 6 years of his career because he all he was doing was stat padding, and it wasn't meaning for nothing. So I'm laughing at this mess. No, he's not better than Chris Bosh. He might score more points. What else he got better than Bosh? Bosh was a double man in Toronto. Bosh wouldn't have ran out of Denver. Yeah, I said it. Because George Karl was the best coach that Carmelo Anthony ever had. And let's keep it 100. There's only going to be one number 15 retired in Denver. I'm going to do a separate video about that, by the way. Because look, I don't like, to be honest with you, Jokic is a better player than Carmelo, but some of his ways put me off. Carmelo puts me off. But, I got to go with who done represented the best with that. But this just ain't no discussion, you know. Ain't no way in the world Miami would have won with no Carmelo. Because he don't stay consistent for nothing. And he wasn't going to play no better defense than Chris Bosh. He wasn't going to give it the totality Chris Bosh did. Stephen A. Smith would be tripping with this one. This is comedy. Oh, he talking about, now, they would have won more if LeBron had been more focused. How about that? Maybe Dwayne Wade had showed respect to Dirk and they finished Dallas like they supposed to. But you can't put this on Chris Bosh because if anything, he was the most steady of the three during that 4-year run there. I'm going to keep it 100 because I am not sugarcoating this one. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share if you like. Hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.